Hey riders, Moto Journo Kris here, and we've had enormous news out of BMW Motorrad this morning with the announcement of the M1000RR, which is based on the S1000RR but offers a track and competition orientated version. Technically, this isn't an entirely new concept either. The S1000RR M Sport was already available with carbon wheels, the M seat, and M battery, while the S1000RR Race included the M battery and the M forged wheels. But now the M1000RR or MRR will be its own specific package instead of needing to navigate BMW's often extensively confusing system of classifying different fit-outs of their bikes. Points of note for the MRR are a claimed output of 212 horsepower or 156 kilowatts and a curb weight of 192 kilograms, saving 5 kilos, with the ShiftCam system optimized for racing rather than trying to compromise the gap between road and track. This means more power above 6,000 RPM, an extra tooth on the rear sprocket, and an extra 500 RPM on the top end, with additions like dual ring forged pistons from Mahle, revised combustion chambers, compression up to 13.5 to 1, longer and lighter titanium Pankl conrods, full machined intake ports, new duct geometry, and optimised camshafts and intake, plus lighter and slimmer rocker arms with a titanium exhaust system that apparently saves over 3.5 kilograms over the S1000RR. Electronics are also extensive, with launch control, riding modes including Race Pro 1 through to 3, dynamic traction control, and a DTC wheelie function, while 2 throttle curves can adjust the response. Engine brake settings can also be adjusted in Race Pro modes, with Shift Assistant Pro doing up and down quick shifting and easily reversible to race pattern. Interestingly, Hill Start Control Pro is also included, something you'd expect to see more on a big adventure bike, plus heated grips, while adaptive cruise control is also included. A pit lane limiter function is also found on this particular bike, which makes sense from the competitive side of things. An anti-hopping clutch is also fitted, but isn't self-reinforcing unlike on the standard S1000RR, offering benefits to the launch control system, but at the cost of a heavier feel at the lever as a result. We're also seeing winglets which tend to polarize riders but offer significant advantages in creating downforce for the front end once speeds rise high enough. Granted, that normally is well past anything you'd do on the road, but they look pretty cool too if you ask me. To put that into perspective, the wings add 3.3 kilos of downforce at 150 kilometers per hour on the front, with 0.7 kilos added on the rear. That's roughly double what you get at 100 kilometers per hour, and at 250 kilometers per hour, that's over 9 kilos on the front and 2 at the rear. Move all the way up to 300 kilometers per hour, it's 13.4 kilos on the front and just shy of 3 kilos on the rear. Not bad for a couple of carbon flaps, but it does make you think they must be pretty strong. For what BMW call a semi-professional racer, that should be worth half a second a lap, if not more. And another aerodynamic feature is a taller windscreen. The cast aluminium bridge frame also remains, with the geometry tweaked for a longer wheelbase, flatter steering head angle, and reduced fork bridge offset, while we are also seeing revised suspension, with track times being the focus of all these changes. Marzocchi forks are still featured, but revised to hold the new M brake calipers with milled fork bridge top and bottom on each fork. The rear shock has apparently been overhauled, with struts purchasable to vary the length, which is shorter than found on the S1000RR as standard, with rear ride height raised by 6mm as a result. Naturally, both suspension systems are fully adjustable. The M carbon wheels will also be included, saving about 1.7 kilos over the S1000RR aluminium wheels, which were lightened by 1.6 kilos during its last update, while a new feature is that M brake system with blue anodized calipers and a special M logo. Apparently the M calipers were developed with input from Nissan, who provide their brakes for the World Superbikes. However, the S1000RR is fitted with Hayes calipers, with the manufacturer dropping Brembo a few years ago for the front calipers. A recall due to the haze calipers leaking also affected almost 10,000 motorcycles in the US, and these are just listed as a M twin disc brake setup with radial 4-piston fixed calipers, with no specific branding mentioned. It does seem like these new M branded items must be Nissan units, although the wording is pretty vague in the information provided. They are apparently lighter by 60 grams each, with a thicker 320mm brake rotor, now 5mm thick. 2 brake pad options will also be available, one more road orientated and one based on the long distance world championship items for track use. The rear caliper is also a blue M 2-piston caliper with a 220mm steel rotor, and the race ABS performance has apparently been massively improved. The dash is a 6.5-inch TFT display with multiple display options and an OBD interface, with MGPS data logger and lap trigger systems being activatable with a code. While it's the same display as found on the S, it does include a special M animation. It's pretty cool that they've simplified it into one model. Well, not really. The M can also be ordered with the M competition package, which includes the activation code for the lap trigger feature alongside various milled M parts and the M carbon package, with a lighter swing arm and DLC coded maintenance free M endurance chain and passenger package, which includes a pillion cowl. Riders don't tend to be that impressed by being charged for software activation for features already on a bike, but the rest of the M competition package does sound pretty tasty. The M milled parts include levers and footrests, brake lever guard and engine protectors. The M carbon parts include covers for the wheels, input pinion, chain guard, side and tank covers, and are clear coated. These can be purchased separately, however, for those who don't want the full M competition package. Seat height will be 832mm with a 16.5 litre fuel tank, and the 0 to 100 km/h speed is quoted at 3.1 seconds with a top speed of 306 km, although this was apparently as high as the dash would read on the previous model, so it's possible there's a bit more in it. Weight, as already mentioned, is 192 kilos, fueled and ready to go, and interestingly the M competition package makes no change to that figure. No pricing information has been revealed for Australia, but we can expect the M1000RR to arrive in Q1 or the first quarter of 2021. The S1000RR M, however, was priced at $39.90 plus on-road costs for a point of comparison, and I think it's safe to say it'll probably be more than that. So what do you think of the BMW M1000RR? It's probably not going to be the first choice of your everyday road rider, but it's certainly got some incredibly tasty features and inclusions. Let me know down below in the comments what you think, and if you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to sub and hit that notification bell. As always, thank you for watching and stay safe out there.